You're fired. If you care more about some random kid's bike than your job, don't bother coming back." Those were the words that shattered everything for 28-year-old Megan Hayes, a single mother barely making ends meet in the heart of Chicago. Just hours earlier, she was holding a wrench, kneeling in the parking lot of a strip mall, tightening the screws on a tiny pink bicycle for a little girl in tears. Her chain had snapped. Megan wasn't even on her break. She had rushed out mid-shift because she saw the child alone, scared, and sobbing next to the broken bike while cars zipped past. A crowd had gathered, but no one stopped. No one, except her. And now she was jobless. But what Megan didn't know, was that moment of kindness was being watched. And it would change her life forever. Megan wasn't perfect. She had bills piled on her nightstand and a refrigerator that buzzed louder than the radio she used to drown out her thoughts. Life had been uphill since her ex left 2 years ago, vanishing without a trace and leaving her to raise her 5-year-old son, Liam, on her own. She took whatever jobs she could, diner waitress, cleaning homes, stocking shelves overnight, anything to keep the rent paid and Liam fed. She had been working at Hillside Grocery for just 6 weeks when the bike incident happened. Her boss, Gerald, was a man with zero empathy and a stopwatch for a heart. The moment she returned to the store after helping the child, he was waiting with crossed arms and a red face. "You don't walk off this floor. I don't care if someone's dying." But she was just a kid, her bike. Not my problem. And now, neither are you. He tossed her apron at her and walked away. Megan held back tears. She couldn't afford to be unemployed, not again. Her paycheck was due in 2 days. Rent was due in 4. She walked home that day with Liam's tiny hand in hers and fear clawing at her heart. "It'll be okay, sweetie," she whispered, trying to believe it herself. "We always figure it out." But behind her smile was panic. That night, she applied for jobs until 2 a.m. Then she fell asleep on the couch, clutching her phone, her resume still open on the screen. The next morning came with a surprise she never expected. Her phone rang at 7:13 a.m. She jolted awake. Unknown number. "Hello?" she answered groggily. A calm but excited voice responded, "Hi, is this Megan Hayes?" "Yes. There are 15 millionaires standing outside your apartment door. Could you come to the window, please?" She thought it was a prank. But when she peeked through the blinds, her heart nearly stopped. 15 well-dressed men and women stood on the sidewalk in front of her rundown apartment building. Some held briefcases. Others had cameras. They all looked up as she pulled the curtain aside. One of them waved. Confused, embarrassed, still in her pajamas, Megan opened the door slightly. "What is going on?" A woman stepped forward, smiling warmly. "We're from the Kindness Trust. It's a private organization founded by philanthropists who believe in recognizing everyday heroes. One of our members recorded your act of kindness yesterday, you fixing that girl's bike. No cameras. No followers. Just you, doing the right thing when no one else would." Megan stared, stunned. "We've come to tell you," the woman continued, "you inspired something in us. And we want to help." Megan's lips parted, but no sound came out. Another man stepped forward, holding a large envelope. Inside is a $150,000 check, fully funded by our group, tax covered. But that's not all. We're offering you a position on our team, helping us identify unsung heroes across the country. You'll be paid well, trained, and given the support you need. All because you chose kindness. Megan burst into tears. They didn't leave. They came inside. They talked. They played with Liam. They asked about her life. One millionaire even sat on the floor building Legos with her son while another washed the dishes Megan hadn't gotten to. She wasn't dreaming. In the weeks that followed, Megan's life transformed. With the financial cushion, she moved to a safer neighborhood and enrolled Liam in a better school. She started working remotely with the Kindness Trust, researching stories of selfless people, custodians who paid for students' lunches, elderly women who knit blankets for the homeless, teens who donated plasma to help strangers. Megan gave those people something she never had: recognition. A voice. Hope. But the real beauty wasn't the money or the job. It was how she saw the world now. Every alley, every bus stop, every grocery store held a hero in disguise. She'd learned that sometimes, the smallest acts, the ones no one sees, create the biggest ripples. One night, while putting Liam to bed, he looked up at her and whispered, "Mommy, you're like a superhero now." She smiled. "No, baby. I just fixed a bike." But in truth, that tiny act had started a chain reaction far bigger than she ever imagined. Kindness doesn't need an audience. True goodness acts when no one is watching. Megan lost a job but found a purpose, proving that sometimes, what feels like the end, is really just the beginning.